Hello there, my collective signs. It's Rachel with Dark Knight Coaching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this video. If you've been guided to click this, there's probably a message here for you. These are general readings. This is a very informal tarot oracle message. So just if it's not your style, not offended, just click somebody else. But I kind of just go with the energy. I'm an intuitive reader, so I just let you see what I see, and it's obviously open for your own interpretation. I will show you the cards and I will go through the general collective energy that I have, and something hopefully will resonate for you. Now, when I do meditate on your cards and I do my pre-shuffle and everything, I get into my flow by listening to music, and the song that came on today was Invasion by Iniko. So you might want to look into that artist. I love her. She has some great things. I've seen her live before, and it was just a great show. So it's Iniko if you're interested in looking her up. I loved that song as well. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into your energy. It is a lot of heavy energy, but it's a lot of slow and steady wins the race here. So if you've been going through a hard spell, it's about prospering and perseverance, because spirit is asking you to keep the faith. Basically, that's the first card that screams at me. This is about faith. This is about connection. This is about hope. The mustard seed is a great representation of a plant that can be very fruitful and powerful with just one tiny little seed. And that's basically what happens when you're an empath or a chosen one. It's like you're the tiny little seed. You have this little light inside of you, and you have to figure out how to let it shine. And sometimes that can be hard to do in a world that is culturally indoctrinated to suppress those types of things. And Spirit is really wanting you to keep the faith. This is also tied to your third eye chakra, which is your crown chakra. And that is tied to your pineal gland and your abilities, your psychic abilities, your paranormal abilities. If you have an open third eye chakra, you probably can see different things and know different things. Or, check out the video I have on clairs. I tell you about all the different main types of clairs that there are. So you might be a little bit gifted when it comes to that. Now, I guess the upside to whatever's happening for you right now as a collective is, when one door closes, a window opens. And that's what's happening here. So it says, truth be told, number 14. 14 might be a significant day for you, or just a significant number. But this is basically saying there is a window of opportunity opening, even though something was closing. Now, the next card, I'll just do these two. The next two cards look very similar to me, just with the variations of color. This one is at dusk, and it looks to be in both pictures, or something to do with Aurora Borealis, perhaps like the Northern Lights. That might be significant for you. Now, the forest card to me is I can't see the forest through the trees, because you're kind of too close to something. It's I like to think this card is looking at a stereogram. If you don't know what that is, it's from the 80s and the 90s. So I'm aging myself, but sometimes you're too close to something and you can't see the big picture until you take a step back. So you might have this feeling at this time that you're making some progress. It's 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. And that's a normal state to be. Growth and change isn't just linear. It's not a straight line. It's a zigzag. It's all over the place, and sometimes it's up and down, and that's completely normal. We all go through that cycle. Now, the next card I have, that is it says full moon and eclipse, but it says conclusions are within reach. So if you've been waiting for answers or clarity, I feel it's coming with the moon cycles, because the moon card came out in my other deck as well. And that is significant of you will receive some enlightenment or some more awareness, because there's some illusions or just lack of clarity that you're not seeing right now. And it's divinely guided. We only get access to certain parts that we need at certain times. And the moon cycles with it brings clarity from illusions and things of that nature. So this card says, escape from the black cloud that surrounds you, and then you will see your own light as radiant as the full moon. So that's having the inner wisdom and strength and faith to know you are you have a purpose here. Don't give up hope. Don't lose faith, because you are a huge player in the grand scheme of things. Like you make an impact, even if you might not be able to see it very clearly at this time. Now, we do have the new moon in Leo on August the 4th, and there's a full moon in Aquarius on, I want to say the 18th or the 19th. You're going to have to look it up, but Aquarius is the humanitarian sign, and that is the connectedness of all of us. It's humanity. It's the, putting the effort in to raise the collective energy. So if a lot of you are working on like a creation or something that's going to be of service to the greater good, you're going to hopefully experience a little bit of a boost when it comes to that. Now, the next card I have is from my I Ching deck. I love the I Ching deck. It is tied to the Tao, and this book kind of coordinates with it. It's called the Gene Keys. This is like, I love this book. I have so many markings in there because I read all of my like placements. It's tied to your astrological chart, and there's a lot of very helpful lessons in there that this book teaches you about yourself and why you're here at a particular time. And if you've never heard of that, just give it a Google. It's by Richard Rudd, and there's like an online thing you can do, and just it's free. You can plug in your birthday and you can see what your purpose is, essentially, in a way. Like, it doesn't give you like your full purpose, obviously, but it gives you parts of it. So that might be helpful to some of you. And that's like, I don't get paid for this. This is just me enjoying that book, and it has impacted me very heavily in regards to my own understanding of myself, and in helping people, achieve their own purpose and goals, and understand where we're all headed collectively. So this card is gradual progress. It says the woman marries, good fortune and constancy bears fruit. So some of you might be getting married. Maybe that's a message, or somebody who is. But to me, the thing that screams the loudest here is constancy bears fruit, because I said that like thing about slow and steady wins the race. It's about perseverance and determination at this time. Now, it's also about ownership, because this was the lesson that came out for you at this time. It says, you acknowledge the misdeeds and accomplishments alike, and you learn to love them all as lessons. Now, this is like basically taking like the good, the bad, and the ugly and throwing it all together, and understanding yourself, and having compassion and forgiveness for yourself, and compassion and forgiveness for others, because the only way that you're going to find forgiveness is through understanding, and that's having an empathetic mindset, and not in a way where it's like you understand and you don't have boundaries. It's in a way that's healthy, where you can understand where someone was coming from when they made the decisions they made, but it doesn't mean you have to forgive and forget. It just means that you understand, and that doesn't necessarily mean that person needs to be a part of your life, or that they match your frequency or your level. So you have to use discernment there, but that's kind of the general message. So the next card I have is from my intuition deck. It says harness. This is about your third eye intuition, which is tied to your crown chakra. What is truly important to you right now? Clarify the answers for what you really want in life, and then state them simply and clearly in your mind. Get to the root of what you want your intuition to tell you. So if you've been having a hard time connecting, or feeling faith, like you're losing faith in life or whatever, generally, meditation can be a great form. And if you're like, ooh, like meditation, gross, I hate it, I can't do it, I can't sit still that long, I totally understand. I do. I am like ADD and probably a zillion other things that I self-diagnose, but I love to listen to music. It's always been like my form of stimming, basically. So if you're like, I can't meditate and sit there and be quiet in the dark, well, don't do that. Just do something else. Like, for some people, their form of meditation is driving. Some people it's listening to music. Some people it's like running. I don't do that on purpose, but you might. Maybe that's cathartic or therapeutic for you, where you get into like a zone that's calm, and you just have to find kind of what your niche thing is. Now, the next and last oracle card is, I am grateful for all the things for all that is unfolding in my life and all that is yet to come. So an attitude of gratitude is going to get you far, especially when you're in this mode of like gradual progress. Sometimes it's just a rough time when you're ready to move forward. You feel like you've done the healing work. You feel like you're like ready to go and you're gung-ho, and then like things aren't panning out. You haven't received your manifestations yet. You haven't, like, nothing's going forward, and you feel like you're in this lull period, but it's a holding period for a purpose. And that might be patience, because that came out in your subconscious energy. And I hate this card. I do. I'm not gonna lie. It's Sagittarius card. I'm a Sagittarius, but I hate temperance. Like, I just do. And maybe you feel that way too. Like, you're just tired of waiting, and you're tired of like this lull in between place. I feel you. I do. You're not alone, because temperance is all about finding balance and harmony within and outside and inside, and just 5D, 3D balance. It's just exhausting, in my opinion. So that was your subconscious energy. But now I'm going to get into your like current, your past, present, and future energy when it comes to the tarot. But if something in this message has resonated, please hit the like button and subscribe. It helps my channel grow, and I greatly appreciate it. If you're interested in a coaching session, please feel free to reach out to me and send me an email or a DM. If you're interested in a personalized tarot reading where I tap into your energy, please feel free to reach out to me as well. But I'm getting back to the tarot. So your past energy, and again, these are general readings, so if this doesn't resonate, leave it behind for somebody else. This is the Queen of Pentacles. So this is like cool, calm, collected person who's very like stable financially and secure and like loving, caring, kind, all of those things. That was your past energy. Your present energy is the Six of Wands. This is like a celebration. This could be a marriage, literally, because you have like the woman marries. It could be a celebration of victory of some sort of, you know, maybe you're just happy for somebody who is getting married or something along those lines. But this is also like celebrate yourself. So make sure you're celebrating these little milestones that you're hitting that you may not even realize is a milestone. I have a hard time praising myself, which sounds a little weird as I say it out loud anyways, but I just don't even realize my own strength until like way later, and I'm just like looking back like, oh my god, how did I even do that? Like, and that's kind of like my motto when I'm going through something or a change. Like, the first thing that comes in my head is like, how am I going to do this? And then it's like brainstorm like crazy. And I feel like that's kind of where you're at, except you're in this like slow and steady mode of gradual progress and moving forward and making these little changes that are going to be super impactful for your long term. So forming new habits, forming healthy habits, doing new things, like even if you're just like adding meditation to your lifestyle, adding health food to your lifestyle, waking up at a certain time, trying to have a new rhythm, those things take 90 days for habits to form. So like, that's why you have to be slow and steady with this. So if you're building a new life and you're building all these little habits and these things, it takes our brains, our bodies, the 90 days minimum to like accept and understand that this is a routine now. So it takes a long time. Now, the future energy I have for you is the Four of Swords. This has been coming out a lot. I think this came out in Aquarius's reading, and then probably in Leo's reading too. So if you have Aquarius or Leo in your chart, that's just kind of a sign for you. And also the Sagittarius for the Temperance. But this is your self-awareness, self-reflection, contemplation, meditation mode, healing. A lot of healing happening in your future. And again, it's just kind of a slower energy of just relaxing and being calm and cool and just chill. So overall, cool reading, collective. Hopefully this helped. Again, if it did, please hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you next time.